Hey, boys and girls, you should have just listened to Cinderella. And if you didn't, you need to listen to it because it is different than many versions of the story. Last week, we compared a frog and a toad. And this week, you are going to compare Cinderella and another Cinderella type story. So we're going to start with the Cinderella story you just listened to. And you're going to write down the most important characters in the story. And did you notice Ella turned into Cinderella? And there was a stepmother and sisters. She was really good friends with the mice. There was a dog named Lucifer and a prince. There were other characters. Maybe we ought to say the fairy godmother. But I tried to choose characters that I thought were important to the events in the story. And so your most important character, of course, would be Cinderella. The setting of the story is where the story takes place. And if you look at the picture, it's a grand house or home. You could call it a mansion. You could say the stepmother's home, but it was a really fancy, enormous house. The problem in the story, there were lots of problems. For example, Cinderella was mistreated. Her mother died. Lucifer got her in trouble when the mice were at the table and spilled something. But the problem that I think started off this story was that her father died and she was left with her stepmother. And then, of course, the stepsisters were also living with her. Okay. And then the solution to the problem, so she was being mistreated by the stepmother and the stepsisters, and she had to live with them. And how that was fixed at the end, she had the matching slipper and she married the prince. So the slipper that the Duke had actually broke, but then she pulled out that matching slipper. And then her problem was that she was being mistreated by her stepmother. And now she's going to move somewhere else where she is treated the right way. So that's today's reading lesson. And can't wait to see your story element chart.